Newcastle.
Finished second. I've been away for a while.
Yeah, Emil Smith Rowe. I want to see what he's about.
What?
Go on the podcast and cry.
He had an assist and he scored. His assist was literally a poor control.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're listening to another installment of Podcast Pundits. We got the full panel today. We've been missing a certain somebody.
Z.
But before we go into introducing the panel, I'm just going to do some quick admin, let everybody know where to find us. We're on all digital streaming platforms. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, SoundCloud, YouTube, Acast. You can literally find us everywhere. On social media, we're on all your relevant platforms, your Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. So it's podcast.pundits on Insta, podcast pundits on TikTok, and podcast pundits _, on Twitter. So now we got all the boring stuff out the way. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend, because we're growing at an exponential rate. And we want you to to be part of this journey.
I know.
That's it. But listen, it's time to introduce everybody again. We're gonna start off with, some call him the fans' favourite. Some just say he talks too much. I'll let him introduce himself.
Yeah, it's your boy Jerry Nomadic, number one football fan. Liverpool first, # second. Now Croydon Athletic third. Come on.
that's another team that's in the mix, isn't it?
Yeah. Now that Stormzy and them not taking over.
I respect that.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
I respect that. Let's keep moving around the table.
Yeah, Stray Man, avid Man United fan, just doing the usual, the hustle and bustle, the grind, and then we got to keep it real. We've got to get back to Podcast Pundits on a Monday. That's how we do it.
I love that, man. Did your hustle and bustle include anything interesting?
Nothing major, just a few media stories that might come out in the next few days, but I'd rather not touch on those.
You can't, not for legal reasons.
Yeah.
Information reasons.
Yeah, non-disclosure has been signed, so I want to keep my job, but yeah, man.
Fair dues. And let's keep it moving on to the next Podcast Pundit.
Yo, hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever time you're listening, welcome. Yeah, it's Dennis Charlie here.
Hey, bro, let it go, man. There you go. Listeners, when you greet your whoever in the morning, yeah, do you say hello, good morning, or do you just say good morning? This is a conversation me and Dennis Strada has been having. What do you think? Will let us know in the comments. But
it's not just that though. It's hello, good afternoon. It might be hello, good evening.
Okay, no, that's true. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna say, yo, hello, good morning.
Wait, what do you say then?
He doesn't say hello.
You say good morning.
I just say good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Oh, you don't say hello? Okay. All right.
Yeah, but I legitimately forgot this time. But I appreciate you pulling me up. So tell us about yourself, bro. I don't think you've told the listeners who you are yet.
Oh, how you doing? Smiley Ma. How you doing? I'm back, guys. It's featuring. It's been it's a pleasure to be back, guys.
Get this thing out of here.
It's a pleasure to be back. I've been away doing missionary work in Botswana, so it's a pleasure to be back.
No, the listeners have missed you. We've had a few people asking where you are, because they feel like Dre Man has needed your support at times. They felt so yeah, it'll be interesting to have you. Della, have you told him? Have you told him who you are yet?
Yeah, of course I did.
So what?
Did I not say Della Strada? I didn't say man of many faces. I just wanted to.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Who's your clubs for those that's listening for the first time?
In the Premier League table, went in the order of Man City, Arsenal.
In order? Oh, in Premier. Okay, yeah. I got you.
Man City, Arsenal, then Newcastle.
Finished second, didn't they? I've been away for a while. Sorry.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. All right, cool, guys. Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Did anybody catch the? I just want to first off start off with a big congratulations to England.
Which one?
Under 21s. The under 21s. Did anyone catch it? Did anyone catch the tournament? Did anyone catch any games?
No, just highlights. It's funny. Like
They didn't show it.
they didn't show any of the games. Did
No,
they?
the games are on UEFA.com.
No, but there was a few games that was live.
Yeah.
But I think it was only the final. I think it was on Channel 4.
Oh, yeah. The final was on
Oh,
TV.
okay.
But
But I didn't
in
watch
terms
it.
of the other games, I caught a couple games. I caught the bit of the England-Spain game. I caught a couple other group games as well. But yeah, they were all on the UEFA website. The ones I wanted to watch were live, but I don't know.
That's weird. I mean, I would have because it seemed like it was a big deal that they won it.
Yeah.
Where do they usually show you under 21?
I said they show it on like
Sky
either
Sports.
Eurosport,
Yeah,
Sky
Euros-
Sports,
yeah.
That's true.
It's just
even BT Sports. I don't know.
Yeah, I think like this time there's a mad scramble for tournaments. People don't really care like that no more. I think
Is it not high profile enough? Is that why?
it's not, man. It's not really, is it?
It should be though. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm
definitely
saying.
should be because they were saying that.
Ain't it the? Is it what's more? Is it under 17s?
No, under 17 can't be bigger than
World
under
Cup,
21s.
sorry, World Cup. That's the
Either
one.
way, it can't be bigger than under
it's not
21s.
bigger. That's the one that used to come on Eurosport, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's that? Which one's Toulon?
I think that's under 17s, right?
I think
FIFA
that, but that's the next up. Under 21s isn't really like next up or Wonder Kids.
No,
I think
under
No,
21
yeah, it should be.
What do you mean under 21 next up? It's next up to...
No, because you remember at under 17, that's when people recognize the Wonder Kids.
Oh, like, yeah, the next
and
gen.
then under 21s is where you kind of see how they've progressed. Innit?
Yeah, but under 21 is still big. 'Cause
I think it's
you've
it's
still got
definitely
some
important.
players that's playing first team football.
I just want to
that's
see.
true.
I want to see
Yeah.
Harvey Elliott and Thingy Jones and Curtis Jones,
Thingy,
obviously. Innit?
from what I saw, Curtis Jones looked alright.
Yeah.
Smith Rowe looked alright. Gordon looked alright as well.
Yeah.
And Ramsey. But England had a decent team, to be honest.
Yeah.
What's that guy? Gibbs as well. Gibbs White.
Yeah, gives
He got
why
a
it
got red
was.
card, didn't he, in the final? Was it 2 yellows?
No, he
No,
got
yeah,
sent
on
off
the
already.
bench.
Yeah, it was
He on
done.
the
It
bench.
was done.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
They hand it back over to Strive to.
Yeah, because it's funny enough. You guys naturally progress onto what I was going to ask. Were there any like players that you guys were like watching? And obviously you've mentioned a couple of them. What have you not? But what I wanted to ask you. In the under 21s, I think it's an opportunity to kind of see what players are ready to push on in their like domestic leagues and what have you not, and to start fighting for places.
Yeah.
Was there anybody in the England team? Let's focus on England that you guys might have thought, you want to see a lot more of them in the Prem, in their respective.
Yeah, Emil Smith Rowe. I want to see what he's about.
What?
As in, why you don't think he's got it?
Like, he's dusty, bro.
Nah.
Are you mad? Did you see his goals and assists?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, he's doing this. Okay, you can't see his face, guys.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm pushing agendas, innit? But like,
Yeah.
there's certain guys in here. All right, let me break everybody off with a bit of info, background info. I think there was a picture of James Maddison. Who else was it? Guys, Shaz, you was there. It was James Maddison. It was
Mount was in there. Was
Mason
he?
Mount and one other guy.
Was it Winks?
Nah, was it?
There was I swear there was a Tottenham.
But Mason Mount, I think it might have been Harry Winks still. No, it wasn't Harry Winks. It wasn't Harry Winks.
You sure?
No, it definitely wasn't. It was people who are in the England setup already.
Okay.
But anyway, there was like 3 centre mids, England, and this guy Striver was saying
It was Winks.
was it was
Because I remember thinking that there was someone that he could displace, and I think it was Winks.
It was Winks.
But Winks wasn't part of the England setup though.
But he was in contention.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay.
I think he was in
wasn't
that
at some point.
preliminary squad or something like that.
Okay, yeah. So Strives was saying, Emil Smith Rowe should be above all of these guys.
I said he should be in contention. He should be in that team. Now I didn't say above all of these guys. Let's not do this. I just said he should be. If Harry Winks or whoever it was.
Was that the conversation you were saying? You were saying that he should be above Harry Winks, or
I just said that he should be
above Harry Winks.
He should be in that picture.
Above Harry Winks. Did you say anybody else, bro? Because I think you said Mason Mount as well.
I may have.
Yeah.
But I just know that basically my whole point was, ESR should be in that picture.
But
Are you
essentially,
trying to say ESR can't chat to Madison and Mountain and man? That
no, he can't chat to that. He hasn't got the background
No,
information.
because he's been
Charlie, you know what
injured.
happened?
No, I'm saying, but
shortly after, you know,
but
he-
injury is part of being able to chat to somebody, innit?
Yeah, but you know, he made it into the England team. He got the call up. I said that.
I'm not saying he shouldn't be in
under
it.
a year that he will get the.
I'm not
his
saying
England
he
cap.
shouldn't be in the England squad. I'm
Right.
just saying you was doing hot talk. But my point is,
It got validated, though.
Since then, I've been tracking his progress, and obviously, it's not been.
But last season, he didn't do anything.
you're being unfair.
He didn't play.
Guys,
But you're being unfair, though. You are being unfair.
Guys.
And the season before that, it was him and
Guys.
Saka that was running things for Arsenal.
Availability is one of the.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly. So
Of course.
when I'm saying what I'm saying with all due respect, he hasn't had since that conversation. It hasn't been great, and I think you were either kind of thinking of. Does he stay in Arsenal, or do we think about life without him?
Bro,
that's all I'm saying.
I think what's happened here is you have obviously he's been injured and he's been a bit part player in this most recent season, and it's kind of making you a little bit forgetful because the season prior he was on fire.
Until he got injured.
He was on smoke, bro.
This is a small pond, isn't it? Arsenal a bigger pond now. So, and since they've become a bigger pond, people have questioned whether he's actually going to be at the club.
That's what I was going to say. Is he going to get a chance?
Yeah,
I think he
will.
had a bit of a growth spurt.
I think I want him to get a chance because obviously.
He had a
From
bit
the
of a
ends,
growth
innit?
spurt,
Come on.
and I think he
What do you mean growth spurt?
Groin injury.
Like literally, I think his body, he was struggling to manage his body. Like this is, and I'm not bantering. at
Wait,
all.
wait, the guys get blinds for growing.
For being human.
His one was like,
Like growing pains.
he's shot.
I had that in year 7, bro.
He's like one of the tallest players in the
Was
team.
he taking testosterone jabs?
He just
Smith Rowe.
I'm telling you, like,
I didn't realize it was that tall.
I'm telling you, he's
But
just,
you're saying he's had a growth spurt.
yeah, and I think just managing.
How old is he?
How old is he?
Probably 21, 22.
That's crazy to have a growth spurt.
Yeah, so and then obviously he's had the injuries that he's had to contend with, whatnot, and obviously the Arsenal team, the quality around him has been increasing and been getting better as he's been out of the frame. So it's going to take him a little bit of time to. But
Just for the
his
record,
time's
I'm not saying he's not a good player.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying he's not quality. I'm just saying since that conversation, it hasn't gone well. That's all I'm saying.
That's fine,
Sorry, Del Estrada, to cut you. Since that conversation, it did, because he had that season, he got the call up into England, and then this season's happened. So
Even last season it happened because he was injured for the second half of the season.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I think it'd be unfair to say it hasn't gone well. I'd just say it went well, and then he got hit with some misfortune. To say he hasn't gone well is a bit harsh.
He is tall. Yeah. 5'11" inches.
How tall is Saka?
Haggle, what?
That's
He's
not that
pushing
tall,
6 foot. That's tall, bruv.
5'11"
How tall is
inches is
Saka?
tall. What's going on here, bro?
I don't think that's tall.
Wait, what's going on here, bro?
I'm taking great offense because he's taller than me, and I'm not sure.
Hey, I didn't say he's short, but he's not tall.
Saka's
tall, he's tall.
5'10", so he's not
Saka
that.
Bro, he's not tall,
Yeah, he's
bro.
not that.
That's 5'10".
Yeah, Saka's 5'10".
Saka's a lot bigger than I thought he was,
Yeah.
to be fair. But he's not. That's not tall, bro. Like, tall is, like, as a tall
Close to 6
striker.
foot.
How tall is Zlatan? He's like 6'4".
That doesn't count though. Zlatan is tall. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So how can you say?
all right. Let me rephrase that. All right, so someone that I actually thought was short, like a one matter short.
I think that's the height. The height you said is the height.
Zlatan's 6'5", man. We can't bring him into the equation.
No, but that's tall, bro. You can't.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
say
saying. That's like,
and then say
okay,
that
that's an
Smith
extreme.
Rowe is
He's
tall
taller.
as well.
He's taller than I anticipated.
Yeah,
5'11"
yeah.
He's taller than me.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what he looks that height. To be fair, so
Does he? Okay.
for you to say he's had a growth spurt and he's having growing pains, that's crazy, bro.
No, but he I don't know whether it was growth spurt or, but he's had like,
joint issues.
I don't know, he's had some
Okay.
serious injuries. Basically, he's been having like that. I think something to do with his groin. So he had to have surgery. So apparently he's done the surgery. So they didn't want to rush him back. He's
Yeah.
gone. He actually done one under 21s.
Obviously, we've been mad sidetracked. Do you guys think he's gonna?
Do you?
Let's say he's fully fit now.
Yeah, if he's fit,
He's good, man.
ESR
No, but
fit
I'm
is.
saying, is he starting or is he like?
No,
no,
he's not
what
starting.
he's playing.
How many games in the Premier League do you think out of 38 do you think he's gonna get?
I think he'll if he's fit, he'll get game time.
I think he'll get about 20 to 25 minimum.
Even subs as well. Yeah,
And we're talking about more than 15 minutes a game.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
I believe so.
ESR is not a small guy, man. No, I'm not talking height or anything. I'm just saying he's not a small boy in this thing. You know?
I don't think he's a small boy, and technically he's good. He's good on the ball driving, but I don't know if that's what if that's the direction Arteta's heading in, because I think last time we spoke about him,
we were talking about the whole.
they're trying to like change his
Yeah,
the
like he
style of
could
playing
potentially be considered for the 8 role, but I think he can do that quite.
being shoehorned into the team. That's always a worry for me.
Do you think why is that shoehorn?
Yeah,
If-
I think
if
he's
you're-
using hyperbole, man. He's trying to trigger people, but
No.
What
What was his position when he played for Arsenal?
He's played left, right.
Yeah.
He's played number 10.
What was his best position?
He's just one of
He
those
done well with
players.
Because I
Number 10.
remember him coming from the left and
And on
number
the
10.
left.
I remember him from the left and number 10.
Yeah.
If you're telling me he's now going to be number 8,
Yeah,
that's,
it's still sort of similar. Still coming closer to the left.
no, because I think with number 8, there's more of a defensive responsibility.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And that's when I see it's a bit
But
of a
he's got
problem.
that in him, though.
He's dogged.
What's Ramsey?
I wouldn't-
Ramsey's a what? Ramsey's not an 8, is he?
Ramsey wasn't
I'll
it?
probably say him as an 8.
Not Ramsey, not Arsenal's Ramsey.
Villa.
Sorry,
Oh,
Billy.
Jacob Ramsey.
Yeah, I'll
he's an
put
8.
him
He's a
as an
box to
8,
box, so yeah.
Yeah.
But Ramsey's a very aggressive player.
No, but there's different
Emil
types of
Smith-Rowe
8.
doesn't strike me as an aggressive
No, I
player.
think he's not
he's
that
He's
weak.
dogged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say weak.
He's got-
There's
yeah.
a difference
He's got-
between weak and aggressive. Like Darwin Núñez is a strong guy, but because of his lack of aggression, he gets moved off the ball easy, bro. He hasn't got tenacity.
Yeah. Okay.
Darwin Núñez is no aggression at all, bro.
I thought it was opposite. Like, I thought he was like he was a bit spicy. You were
I
right.
thought he was
South
a bit
American
as
spice,
well.
no?
No, like when I'm not talking about aggression as in like you're angry. I'm talking about N'Golo Kante. That guy is like snapping at your ankles,
Oh, okay.
bro,
Like
trying to get the ball.
tenacity. Yeah, okay.
Caicedo is aggressive.
Okay.
Licha Martinez.
Yeah. Okay.
aggressive.
Okay.
Darwin Núñez isn't aggressive, bro. Once he loses a battle, he's kind of like,
So it's a more aggressive style of play, you're saying.
ESR is at, but I get what I get the comparables that you're making. But other than Emil Smith-Rowe, so you've brought up Emil Smith-Rowe, and I mean, in the final, I felt like he was a little bit of a passenger. I felt I watched the finals particularly to watch Emil Smith-Rowe, and he didn't do too much for me. But in the competition in general, like De La Strada said, he was doing bits.
I watched that final to see Harvey Elliott. I was disappointed to see him on the bench.
Did he? Yeah, he didn't start. Did he?
Yeah. I was disappointed. That's why.
Yeah, you tried to do an agenda of ESR. Is there anyone else that anybody was watching in the
Colwell
Colwell? Yeah, he's a player, isn't he?
player. Can't see him leaving Chelsea. Obviously, I said Curtis Jones and I said Harvey Elliott.
I heard some this is just rumors in one of the group chats that he's having a kind of Saliba situation where, like when Saliba felt a little bit disrespected by Arsenal because he kept talking about Colwell now.
Yeah.
Like he felt, I don't know if he felt disrespected, but this is what all the murmurs were, that because he kept going out on loan and stuff like that, which is why it was so hard to extend his contracts almost, so to speak, because he's almost like some sort of redemption kind of thing. So with Colwell, like being a player and probably being good enough to be at Chelsea, but he was at Brighton, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was on
Only
loan,
for
right?
one season, but he's 21. What's he moaning about, man?
Yeah, this is what I'm hearing about. I don't know if there's any basis to it, but that's what I was hearing, like through like other football fans. I was just going to ask you guys.
If he had stayed at Chelsea last season, we would be talking about him right now.
No chance.
So they did him a favour by learning to Brighton. He played a large part of the season. Now he comes like a better player. Simple.
He's been on loan to Huddersfield and Brighton, but you kind of do get, if you think, because usually if you're good enough, you're old enough.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And if he believes he's good enough,
Yeah, that's fair.
and he's been sent out on loan 2 times in a row, and now this time he'll be like, I need to start or get some.
Is
get my name out there as a
Poch
Chelsea
going to
player.
start him now?
Yeah, he ain't going anywhere.
No, Poch will. I think Poch will give everybody
A chance
100%.
to prove themselves as
But
these.
also, you're under a contract. You're not going nowhere, bro. Let's have it. Like Chelsea are very adept at keeping people in prison.
How many times have Brighton's bid for him? What, twice or 3 times already? And they rejected it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Madueke, was it Madueke?
Yeah.
He dropped a video after the game and said he's coming home. He's not going anywhere.
Was in what he thought he was going on loan or something.
No, Madueke plays for Chelsea, innit?
Yeah, no, but when you say coming home, what do you mean?
Colwell's coming home.
Colwell's coming home,
okay.
What about another player that I was quite impressed by was Cole Palmer.
Were you impressed or you just saw his goal?
Man City.
Yeah. No, he just looks quite. He looks like a bit of a handful. To me, De La Strada, I feel like he.
No, he's a good player.
Yeah, I feel like he should be trying to get more football. I don't know.
He's highly rated in Man City. He gets a quite for his age. He gets quite a lot of minutes under.
Not enough though.
But don't you think he should get more?
I think Foden should get more.
But how can he get more when
it's
if Foden ain't getting it?
What he was going to say.
So what I was going to say is maybe seek a loan deal, or maybe even sell him with a buyback clause or something.
Do a Gabriel Jesus.
What is this?
What, go Arsenal?
No, go on a podcast and cry.
We're gonna touch on that. You know what, man? I have not missed this guy. You know. Well, I'm gonna give Marley Wild a mic at some point because you know what I like to do. I like to find out what people felt about the end of last season as well. So I would be interested to hear what Marley Wild's got to say.
With Cole Palmer, I'm with you as well. Like he's a good player, and I think he's gotten. Like, what you have to understand, when you come into City, if you play for City and you get enough goal time for us to be talking about you, that's a lot of game time.
Right.
And I think probably a lot to ask from a team that's doing treble.
City had quite a few like players in the team shining. The keeper as well, he's from City as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Am I getting that wrong?
I think it's at Bolton. But the captain's from City.
You're talking about Trafford?
Yeah, Trafford, that's it.
Carlisle
Yeah,
City.
he's from City. I think they sold him though.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think it's at Bolton.
They sold him to Bolton.
Probably, yeah.
I think but Burnley are trying to get him, I think, or something like that.
No, yeah, Trafford is Man City.
Yeah,
Okay,
but I
he
think
is
Burnley
Man
are
City,
trying to
okay.
get
Is
him.
he at Man City now?
But I think Burnley are trying to sign him. Burnley are
But
trying
you
to sign
see,
him.
do you think these guys should be seeking loan, or do you think they should be leaving it to the club to decide?
No,
I think... Go on.
I think if you've got an ambition to be a top footballer, I think you should always go out and try and get game time, especially if you back yourself with the ability. And I think a lot of Man City's players, like the youth players, they do have the ability to go out and mix it in a proper team. Someone like I'll use Foden as an example. I think Foden should have left ages ago. I think he should be starting every single game.
But you said that, but then Grealish was on fire, and then Bernardo's on fire.
But Grealish is starting every single game now.
Yeah,
Foden
but-
still ain't.
Yeah, but so who should Foden come in for?
But the thing is that Foden was on fire.
Yeah.
He got dropped for Grealish to start.
Yeah.
And he didn't really do anything wrong, did he?
No, he
Just-
didn't do anything wrong. So it's like, what would you do in that situation?
I think he gets enough game time.
Foden.
Really?
I think only this season. I don't think this season his games dropped. But last season, he was. I swear that's the season he played false nine. He played on the left.
Wait, when you saying his games dropped, you mean his game?
No,
or
the amount of games he plays.
Okay, yeah.
But but look at that City team, man.
Yeah, I know that's what I'm saying. But Foden he's too good to be on the bench ever. I think.
Like you think we
He's
should be
quality.
seeing him playing every week?
Yeah, man, 100%.
Yeah.
But we have to understand, City. I think they might sell Bernardo. Gundogan's gone.
man.
Yeah, Bernardo's
Gone to
gone,
the
isn't it?
Saudi.
Bernardo Silva.
But Bernardo's not gone yet.
Oh, he's not
No, he
gone?
hasn't gone.
he's
No.
not gone.
Damn,
KDB
when he puts him in kits, bro, that shit.
Yeah.
Did he put him in
I
a
hate
kit?
him, bro,
Yeah,
man.
photoshopped him.
Yeah, you know when
Photoshopped
they
him.
photoshopped the kit on them, bro.
When?
man.
Recent?
No, not
A while
maybe
ago.
ages ago, bro.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they'll get time. Like eventually, Foden may drop into the 10. So then Cole Palmer will come in. I don't see him going out on loan because if Pep didn't put Foden on loan, I think Palmer's going to stick around.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a bad thing if you're a young player and if a team's coming for you and they're going to say that you're going to play regularly every week.
But it depends what team.
Okay, it depends what team. But I don't even think it will depend too much because I think if you can maybe go to that team and then you're that standout player in that team, you can almost go back to the next season when you got your preseason and be like, boss.
Okay.
But the reason why I say it depends on the
Brilliant.
team. So let's say someone like a Foden. Foden can't go on he can't go on loan to Burnley.
Oh, no, not Foden. I'm talking about more like...
I'm using an example. Let's say Foden or even a Cole Palmer. You can't go to a Burnley and expect to play the same type of football. It's just going to damage you as a player. So that's why maybe Pep's like, yeah, you might as well stick around and learn from these guys.
that's true.
Yeah, true.
It, like you said, it probably has to be the right team that you're going to go out on loan. Like, you know, the kind of football that you want to probably be playing as well.
Yeah.
But like if you went for like a Brighton, for instance, like I could see him going to a Brighton.
Does
That'll be good.
Staying at City kind of like shoehorn you into a certain system though? Because you know, like for example, certain Liverpool players when they leave, they look a bit dusty because they've been playing
Like
one system. Ronaldo went to PSG. He didn't pull up any trees. Obviously, Sadio Mane is still a quality player, but same at Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Players when they leave Liverpool don't look great.
So you don't rate the players at Liverpool, that's the system.
No, I rate them, but if you're shoehorned in a system, then and you get used to it, I'm saying so the same might happen to a Cole Palmer who, well, I don't know his abilities, but if he was to maybe go to a Burnley after being an understudy or backup dancer for 5 years, how would he fare at another club?
What's that guy that plays from Burnley? Now he went to Everton, left-footed.
I like him, bro. What's his name? Dwight.
Yeah, they made the stand up like Dwight, like that guy.
No, but you see, Burnley they didn't really play a system where like he's a free player, like he's a counter attacker guy where you get the ball and you just go and attack. So when you have that kind of like free will and not too many instructions other than run with the ball and put it in the box, that's kind of like most clubs don't play with systems, so you can kind of go to other clubs. But if you've got one specific job within a Man City machine, that doesn't translate into other clubs sometimes.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I feel like a lot of Man City's players, their creativity, maybe not creativity, but their ability to be free in their football is very, very limited under Pep.
Yeah.
Very, very limited under Pep.
And we see that with Gabriel Jesus, bro, at Arsenal.
You know what? That's a brilliant segue. So first off, I just want to again just congratulate under 21s England on winning the Euros. Didn't concede a goal.
Sorry, one more thing as well. Like obviously, like England have won under 17s tournament. Now they've won the under 21s tournament. We always see these teams like grow and lead to a World Cup.
Had it for years.
But obviously, I think we should have won a big tournament. England should have won a big tournament a while ago.
It's not England. Stop lying.
I've never bought England kit in my life. I think they should have won a tournament a while ago.
Yeah.
And I think in Southgate, that's obviously...
Yeah,
I think it's senior football. I think in the England setup here, there's like certain gatekeepers, and I feel like certain...
like Maguire.
Maguire shouldn't... Let's be honest. He shouldn't be starting.
But he's been working with Ricardo Carvalho.
Yeah, apparently.
He's been working hard in Portugal
personal training
last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he's doing personal training, bro. He wants to fight for his team.
Yeah.
Who's been, Harry Maguire?
Harry Maguire, he's been in Portugal for the last 3
bro,
weeks, bro.
It's crazy.
No holiday, bro. Summertime.
Even I don't even know that. That's
bro.
interesting. Respects.
Come out here to the ground, bro.
Is that what Sancho should be doing as well, yeah?
No, definitely.
Sancho was in... that's fake, by the way.
They caught it when he was breathing out. When he was exhaling.
That is actually... And it's very, very like...
Whoever done that, that's evil.
It's a statement of this world. This world is in the toilet, bruv. How can someone go out of their way, bruv, on a weekend? Because weekend. Because I watched the video. I watched the training video, and he looks the same. He's slim.
I know you watched it because of
100%. I watched it on 0.25 speed.
The thing is, I was finding it hard to even find him. So for them to find him at that shot and then...
This world is terrible, bruv.
But sorry, back to the point. I think we should... England should be bringing back.
Wait, man. You born and bred?
Do you know what I mean? You take African out of Africa, Eastern African. But they should be winning tournaments, man. So again, if nothing comes from the next World Cup, I've been saying look at Southgate, but you have to. He's got to go, bro, man.
Yeah, I think loads of people have said that.
Like all the resources at hand. Before it used to be like the Premier League was good because of all these other immigrants and expats playing in the league.
Yeah, but now actually seeing...
We've been churning that talent because that's what they've been focusing on. The FA's been focusing on that, and then...
Well, I think slowly but surely you'll start to see it because you have seen progression in the senior England squad. Obviously, progressing to finals, get into the latter stages of competitions.
With a lot of stale food still. Like you've got brothers that are shining in the under 21s, England, winning tournaments, and they probably won't even make it to the seniors, bro, because... There's certain people that are Harry Kane. Obviously, Harry Kane's hard to take out of the team, but even when he's playing bad, he won't go out of the team. Yeah,
but remember, a lot of those journeys as well to the finals have been like contextual, where it's been routes where you've expected.
I get you, but it has still been
senior. You've expected them to beat all the teams they've beaten,
but it has still been.
They've never
the case.
beaten anybody who is a challenge.
I mean, that is debate. That's a good debate, and I think one that we've had in the past. But it still doesn't take away from the fact that we have seen a progression. So I do.
But is it a progression though?
I would say so because
you can't get to the semis and the final and saying it's not progression.
Yeah, you can. If you play let's say hypothetically speaking, you play Macedonia, you play Lithuania, you play all of these teams, and you get into a final. But you got into a final.
It's funny because when you're saying this now, but then when I was using a similar argument to obviously put some context on United's trophy win, you were battling for United like you support them.
You lied. They did play good teams on the way to the thingy. Two Premier League teams.
Who are the good teams?
Premier League teams. You said they only play Championship teams.
That's true.
And so that's why. Do you know what I mean? You can't really bring that up as an example.
Yeah, I can bring that up as an example.
Chickens are coming home to roost.
Anyway, moving on. Guys, so obviously Marley Mar has mentioned it a couple of times. I think Joey's mentioned it a couple of times. Delestrada and Drayman, did you catch the headlines that Gabriel Jesus made in the week? Did you catch it at all?
Nah, I didn't. You know?
Didn't? What about you, Della?
Yeah, I've heard about it.
You heard about it. All right, let me just
fill me in. Yeah, I like this.
Yeah, let me fill you in. So basically, the headline is Jesus cried on the phone to his mum after Pep Guardiola allegedly played Zinchenko.
Oh, actually, no, I did read about this article.
Yeah.
Was when he played, Zinny in that game. Is it was it PSG or something? Yeah.
Did you not watch that game?
No, I think someone put it in the group, so I watched the highlight. What was funny, because he said he came on and scored, he had an assist and he scored. His assist was literally a poor control. But they all count.
But Zinchenko actually played.
Yeah. I think he played. I think it was probably a false. They probably played a false, and Zinchenko playing on the left.
Yeah, he's coming off the left. It was so bad, that I thought he was misquoted, because obviously the
translation.
Yeah, it's often the case. But then when I saw him sitting with, who is he sitting with?
I know it was a Brazilian.
Denilson. I was like, oh right, this is real.
Yeah. But they did have to translate it from the Brazilian language, Portuguese. But yeah, man. So obviously a lot has been made about his alleged mentality issues. Do you agree with that? I'll ask you first, Drayman. Obviously, having heard the stories, do you think that it leans towards a weak mentality for someone to cry about not being selected by Pep and obviously wondering, look, when I'm on the pitch, I'm delivering. Why am I being benched the next day? And then saying that, he feels like he was forced out of the team by Pep because of such things. What do you think? Is that just a very ambitious player, or is that a player that you're...
Yeah, I think when you play for City, you're gonna be... You're gonna feel it if you're not picked by Pep, because you want to play in that team, because that team 9 times out of 10 is probably going to give you an ample opportunity to score the goals. But I don't know, man. I think, to be honest, I think Pep's got it right in terms of I don't think he was the right kind of player for Man City personally.
No, I think that's harsh, man. He played his part for Manchester City, but more so.
No, he didn't score enough goals, man. He didn't score enough goals for Man City.
You have to quantify what enough goals is. Manchester City was winning everything still, and he played his part in doing so.
If we compare Haaland to...
No, but he played that wide.
Compare Haaland to who?
To nobody, bro.
Exactly, to nobody.
Absolutely no.
Same team.
Nah, nobody.
Yeah, Aguero was in the same team as well.
Yeah, he was banging goals, but he was nearly... I'm not saying he's like to those heights, but he was still getting solid numbers.
But Jesus came off the right-hand side most of the time.
That's true. Yeah. That's true as well, given that.
And I think part of his complaint is he doesn't feel like he got a fair crack of the whip. He doesn't feel like he got a fair shake. But
then you say, I'm going to say, but when he plays for you guys, he plays for Arsenal now.
Yeah.
A lot of the times the complaint is that he actually doesn't hold his position. He actually runs back more to get the ball,
He was playing. No, so
is he just too eager? I don't know.
I think we're getting off track, innit?
I want to hear what Della has to say, because about Jesus as well, because one of your favorite guys, our favorite guys, was quite straight about it. So I would say what you're saying.
Simon Jordan.
Yeah.
We will
a straight shooter.
But just before he does do that, I will just say that with Jesus dropping deep and things such as that, I think that was probably more instruction from Mikel Arteta, to be fair, because you have seen when he has pegged back the defenders, the difference it makes. And I feel like he was clearly advised to do that. And I feel like we saw a bit of that with Lacazette. But yeah, let's not detour too much. Della, what do you make of when you heard that statement and, the stories and the opinions from the journalists and the pundits in regards to the same? Like, are they too reachy?
Remind me, what's the general? The
general, from what I can see, is that they're saying that he's soft, he's a baby, he's not a mentality monster. Like, whereas it could also be looked at as he's ambitious, he wants to play, he fancies himself, he thinks he counts himself as one of the best. So why aren't I playing?
It's emotional, but at the end of the day, it was it was a call that he made to his mum in private. Only God knows why he brought it into the public.
That's true.
I don't know what you hope to get out of it because you've moved on now. But in terms of me looking at him as a player, I don't think that takes away from his character. He just he wants to win. Whether you can call him a winner, who knows? But he wants to win, and he's got the drive and passion to try to get his team over the line. But I don't think it's weak at all.
Yeah, Simon Jordan called him a crybaby.
Yeah, no.
He's not a crybaby. I don't think so.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
you consider like someone like because think of someone like Ronaldo. Ronaldo cries all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
true.
And no one can say he's not competitive or he lacks drive or heart to win a game. Like, so I think it's just a foreign thing.
You know, it's like, you know,
these guys
when,
are emotional, man. Yeah,
and you think you've done everything you think you can do.
yeah.
And it's just not getting into this guy's head that I should be playing over Zinchenko.
Yeah.
And you know, Pep, when he gets in his tinker bag as well, it's crazy.
100%.
Can anything be said about the communication between manager and player on this situation?
It's Pep. You don't talk.
Yeah,
to Pep.
that's it.
Pep says what goes, but that's it.
You can't chat for him.
Yeah, it's not a little.
This is not a two-way. It's not a two-way
Yeah.
dialogue, bro. This is a one-way, bro.
Yeah. All right.
That's probably why I cried. I cried out of frustration, knowing that there's nothing I can do about the situation.
At my wit's end.
I have to leave. I have to
See
leave.
this tackle, if they say it again.
No, they can't.
In this day and age, look, is it
That's a red.
Bro, that's a red card, man.
That's a red.
Yeah.
It's mad that football's changed so much.
Yeah, no, we've got we've got an old school classic game in the background. That's what Dennis Stroud is commenting on. But yeah, all right, cool. Like, yeah, I want to just swiftly move on. Just obviously that was a bit of a hot topic of the week, so I just wanted to get a few opinions on that. Marley Marl,
What's the deal? What do you do?
nice to have you back, man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man, you've been missing for a little while, and obviously there's been a few conversations that's happened in your absence. Have you caught wind of any of those conversations?
No, enlighten me.
All right. So, first off, give just a quick overview. How do you feel about your season?
Manchester United.
Still talking about seasons, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to just a quick one. We won't go too long into it, but I just want to hear what Marley Marl thinks of United's season.
Yeah, I think it was a positive season. To be fair, it went how I thought it would go. I thought there was going to be a lot of ups, but I also think there was going to be a similar amount of downs on the team. I think we done well. It's probably a little bit above average season.
Okay, cool.
We met our targets that I would have liked to meet, and probably exceeded them by getting a cup, even though it was a Carling Cup, in the Champions League again. Yeah, man, I was happy.
Yeah, by all measures, it's been a good season. So obviously there was a conversation where we were discussing who's had a better season. Was it Arsenal? Was it Manchester United? Was it Newcastle? Who's the second best team, the first best team, third best team in England? And I think it was unanimously.
Nah.
All right. It was by majority vote. Arsenal was the second best team in England. What do you reply to that statement of fact?
The second best team in the Premier League.
Fact.
Right? Is that what you meant to say?
No, in England, because I mean, how do you determine who the best team in England is?
I guess you take in consideration all the competitions, right? Not just
Not according to them.
not just the Premier League, because there's more.
They said you're only taking one.
I swear this conversation been going on for a month, man.
I'm just. If you're going to be
The season
real,
starts in
if you're going to
6
be real,
weeks.
there's four competitions, and you're saying you're the second best team in the.
I'm just saying that's what that's the fact
No,
of the
let's
matter is because
stand behind your words.
because
That is
yeah,
exactly what you were saying.
yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
I'm saying it, but I'm not saying it because I believe it. I'm saying it because that's the truth.
You're the. I mean,
you know,
second best team in the Premier League. I'll give you that
That's
for
the
sure.
only
Because,
fact, I think. Yeah.
but in the other competitions, like you didn't finish second.
Fair enough. But,
That's true.
fair enough. No, I hear that, and I just wanted to get your feedback on that. But just sticking on, like, obviously Manchester United, you've had a good season.
It's been all right. Yeah.
Yes, a decent season at least. I want to kind of segue into a bit of a transfer update and just kind of work out what do you think you need in your team, or are you happy with the business that's been done so far? What are you looking for? Obviously, I'm seeing that you're linked with Onana. Looks like De Gea has left you now. How do you feel about the direction your club's going in the transfer market? What do you want to see? just give us a bit of an update, and of Draymond, I'll give you an opportunity as well to weigh in, because we do like to touch on what's happened from week to week.
Yeah, I think we've been operating a little bit slower than probably the other teams, but I think if we get the players that we're linked with, I think we'll actually be all right. I think Mason Mount is actually a really good signing. From my position, my thing with Mason Mount, where I've always been critical with him, is that I've always said that he doesn't match the hype that is attributed to him, but he's actually a good player. Right. I think if the hype wasn't around him at Chelsea, I would, be saying the same thing as, this guy's a good player. But I was more in the sense of, because he gets bigged up by pundits, all football people, like, I was like, it's similar to Henderson. Right. For instance, Henderson gets bigged up by the pundits like a lot as he won the PFA Player of the Year.
Yeah.
And I don't think he has the ability to match that stature. And I think the same thing with Mason Mount, because I think Henderson is a good player.
But it doesn't actually take away from his effectiveness, is what you're saying.
Yes, exactly. So anyway, Man United are doing well. I think Onana is going to be a good signing, for sure. I think it's going to change the way we ultimately play. Like we've played with De Gea for 12 years now, and I think it is time for a change. I've been calling for that for a while. To be fair, I don't like the way we've handled him. But that's a Man United way. I think Man United are a bit. They're a bit unethical in their ways. I would say that.
I mean, Rashford couldn't even give him a heartfelt goodbye. He went on ChatGPT to get his capture.
Exactly. His PR team should have got fired for that. That was debacle.
You guys have not looked.
How do you know it was ChatGPT?
We don't know it was ChatGPT, but it was definitely someone provided him with a list of captions.
Yeah,
and he had one to choose from,
and he wrote it. Oh my god!
And they pasted the caption, isn't it?
Yeah, caption ideas.
Yeah, is a wild boy. But back to United. I mean, we're looking good. So we're in for Onana. We're in for. I just saw a link that we're in for another backup keeper, some Japanese guy.
Ghanaian Japanese guy.
Is he Ghanaian Japanese?
Yeah.
He's got an interesting face. He looks like Alaba a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we're also linked with the Atalanta striker as well.
Draymond mentioned that last week.
Højlund.
Yeah, what do you think of him?
He looks good.
Even the price tag.
What is the price tag?
60.
Yeah, 60. I mean,
he's definitely not worth 60 if we look at all that. If we again scale it to the other transfers.
Yeah, for sure.
But technically, he looks like he's a good player technically and physically.
I think they want Greenwood on loan, didn't they?
Some people are trying to liken him to Haaland because
that's where because at first when I saw us linked with him, I was like, I don't believe the hype, and that was because Haaland was a tribute to him. Right. You can't.
I think they're just both Scandinavian
and he's a bit more technical than Haaland as well.
Yeah, 100%.
He's not bad, but. That's the thing. So if he's 60 million, how many seasons has he had at Atlanta?
One season.
Yeah. One season.
Yeah.
60 million.
And he a lot of money.
9 goals. It's
9 goals in Serie A.
It's similar to the Martial signing in the sense that we spent a lot of money for Martial,
that's true.
and his goals didn't match the price tag. And I feel like
was it 32 million for Martial?
I think it was more than that. I think it might have been 40.
And
then the Ballon d'Or clause.
That's crazy.
Hang on, so he scored 9 goals in Serie A.
I think it was 9 goals.
And it's 6 fucking hell. So how much is Balogun worth then? You can say it's in the French league, but if my guy's going for 60, Balogun should be going for 40.
I would have said 50, but
40, 50.
Balogun.
I
said 40 for Balogun.
40, 50. If my guy's going for 60.
That's been quite the resounding figure with most people. They say 40 for him, but that he's definitely not worth 60.
Yeah, neither is my guy.
No, I'm saying that guy is definitely not worth 60. Yeah.
Interesting to see.
Yeah.
What happens?
All right, cool. So that was a decent catch up. So what do you want to see from Draymond? What do you want to see from United now, like in terms of incomings?
Definitely need a striker, 100%.
Would you be happy with this Højlund guy then? Or what is? Sorry if I'm.
I'd personally go for someone with a bit more Premier League experience, just because I think we're in desperate need of goals because we lacked.
There's not many options in the Premier League, though.
There might not be many options, bro, but the only option that I can see is Harry Kane, and
Bayern Munich are offering 80 million. I think
Yeah,
it's been
but
rejected, though.
I don't know. If I'm Man
That's a
United,
bit wild, though. 1 year left in a contract. Don't you think?
Is it 1 year?
Remember what I said?
yeah,
Yeah,
Remember what I said, bro? They do not want to let him go, bro.
yeah, that's the thing.
Why would they?
Yeah.
Prisoner, bro.
I like Bayern. I like the cheekiness in the bid because it's
How much is it? How much is the bid?
80 million.
80
I think that's
I don't think
fair.
that's a cheeky bid
Nah,
at
I
all.
think that's cheeky, man.
If I, if,
1 year left,
wasn't it
and you're
80?
going to be
Wasn't it
30 soon.
Because they're putting him at obviously
Was it 80 or
100.
88?
It might have been 80 plus add-ons, but
Yeah,
I think it was 88
I think it was
euros.
70 plus add-ons. No?
Okay.
No, it might be 88 euros, I think.
Okay.
Oh, Kane's staying, man.
yeah, but if we're willing to spend 60 million on a kid, I'd just say like you might as well spend 100 and get Harry Kane because you
Yeah,
know that
you know
guy's
what you're
gonna.
getting.
Yeah, exactly. Because this kid, who knows, man. Is it a flip of a coin? He might be great. He might be a howler. People might say he might need 2 seasons. We need goals. And Man United, we know that we're keen. We always go for players that we know can do it in the Prem as well. Okay, obviously we got Van Persie for free and he changed our season and we won the Prem. But I'm saying, you know how vital it is. If you don't get those goals, then what's the point? You're not going to be up there. I mean, how many goals did Man City score last year? They were killing it with the amount of goals they're scoring and their goal difference.
Arsenal scored quite a lot of goals as well.
And Arsenal, but
we didn't have
I think Arsenal was
striker like that.
Yeah, Arsenal was more of a team collective, like you said. You don't really have that problem with scoring goals, but I think Man United, we've got that problem. Like we over the years, we've genuinely had like a good striker. Not just one, but we've had a few that we can rely on. But at the moment,
it
it's
has
just
always been like what you would expect of United to have like a go-to striker. So I can understand like why you might feel the way you feel because obviously there's always been some like that's been part of United's makeup. You always have a top striker, always, and then
exactly.
you've kind of strayed from that a little bit.
And apparently Martial,
58 goals.
apparently Martial's going to miss the beginning of the season. I don't know if that's a
sell that
rumor.
guy, man. Or-
Apparently he's
or
got a
rip up his
hip injury.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, apparently it's a hip injury. So
Bit of credit as well to Strava because you said you guys are only able to sign people from ETH's phone book.
It's not true though, is it?
In comes Onana, another ex-Ten Hag player.
Okay. Mason
So-
Mount, I mean...
Yeah, but like, do you know what I
just-
mean? You lot paid over the odds for him, but in terms of getting a good deal or getting players,
We're not getting a good deal.
lacking a bit of creativity, though.
We're not getting a good deal for Onana either.
I think just lacking a bit of creativity there.
I think Man United don't get good deals. We know that by now. It's just part and parcel of Man United. It's just
But I think you're being too harsh. I think this is just the market.
No, John Murtaugh said he actually. I think I posted in the group. Which everyone, as Man United fans, we know this. I mean, players might be shopped around at 20 million, and then when Man United inquire, they add 15. Yeah, like it's typical.
Yeah, I hear that. But for some of the deals that you've got, Mason Mount, okay, 55? Okay, it's a lot. But Arsenal, from the same clubs, they spent 65 million for the same midfielder. I mean, someone that played in the same midfielders.
I think Mason Mount's price was about right. He how many times did he get their player of the season?
No, it's
Twice,
about right,
isn't
but if 1 year left to your contract, that's too much.
that's what we said. That's why we said it wasn't. We've overpaid on that one.
But it looks like the rules are changing.
I don't think that 1 year means anything anymore. To be fair, it used to mean a thing, but didn't Casemiro have like 1 year as well?
Sorry, the only
It
problem,
was 60 million.
The only problem with the Mason Mount thing is that Chelsea wanted to sell him, so that's what I don't get.
Yeah, it should have.
With Harry Kane,
it should have brought his price down.
they don't want to sell Harry Kane.
Yeah.
So I understand that.
I think Chelsea are just good negotiators.
Yeah, I agree with Strava. I
Maybe
think
Man United
Chelsea,
and Arsenal are bad.
Potentially,
Man United are bad.
Speaking of Arsenal, Della. Obviously, a man of many club faces, Arsenal being one of them. What do you make? Was the Declan Rice? It wasn't.
Declan Rice.
Was that last week? Was that?
That was
announced
last week.
yet?
Yeah.
It wasn't announced by that time. Right?
No, it was announced.
So yeah. So yeah, what do you make? Are you happy with the business Arsenal's done? So obviously you're in a peculiar position where the three teams you support were in the top 4. With the business Arsenal's done, could Arsenal eclipse City this time to the title? Or
It's not a thing of eclipse. So I think they can probably put a better challenge. I think Declan Rice is a good addition because he provides the physicality that sometimes Arsenal lack.
right?
But I think he has more value if Partey stays in the team.
Yeah.
If Partey goes, I think it's too much to...
What about Jorginho though? Because Jorginho is still there.
He can do what Jorginho's not Partey, isn't it?
No,
But he can do a job. I think it'll be suicidal if Arsenal let Partey go.
What do you think of the Timber a signing. I know Joey posted us some clips in one of the groups. What did you make of from what you've seen of him? Do you think that's a good addition to the Arsenal team?
Yeah, in terms of the profile of the player, and how I imagine Arteta's going to use him inverted right back.
Yeah,
I doubt he will ever play centre back. So yeah, I think he's a good player. The only issue is, as I said, is his height, and he may get beaten in the air quite a few times as well.
Yeah, I heard that's not his strongest stat. Like because he's quite similar to Martinez at United, isn't it, in terms of height? But Martinez seems to fancy it.
There's a difference
a bit more.
But he looks comfortable on the ball. Good positional sense. Fast. So yeah, it's a good signing. Arsenal done well this summer. They just need to get rid of some players now.
Yeah. So what, you don't think any more players need to come in for Arsenal?
Potentially.
You've been eating on enough now. Stop being greedy.
You don't need a striker, man.
I'm there.
What strikers out there?
Yeah, no, but to be honest, to be fair, though, if we keep Balogun, I would like to give him a go.
But if he ain't going to sign a new contract, then he's going to be sold.
Don't you want guaranteed goals? Is that? You lot scored enough goals.
But who gives you guaranteed goals apart from Kane and Haaland?
No, I'm just saying somebody who's banged.
I know, but I'm saying, but even in
15 plus in the Premier League.
But where goals isn't like our priority issues, I would give him a chance. Fair. So, Della, just before I move on from you, I've got this question, that I want to get your opinion on,
Yeah, go.
So, Robbie Lyle from Arsenal Fan TV. You know, like there's nepotism when you support a club, and he's known to make some statements. Quite exaggerated, but one of these statements that I picked up was Arsenal is like or at least the second most attractive project in the Premier League or in football, in world football. I think they went as far as saying it's top 5 in world football that clubs are wanting to play for Arsenal at the moment. And
I don't know if that's that much of a stretch.
But
top 5
for a list of 5.
Yeah, top 5.
Yeah. So my question to you was going to be like, obviously there are some exciting projects in the Prem. I'll say the Newcastle project's quite exciting. Yeah, that's one of your club faces. Yeah, the City project, you could still say that's exciting, right? Because they always win. Yeah, and then obviously you got the Arsenal project. You've even got Manchester United's project with Eric Ten Hag, what have you not. Whose
just
project?
Naming all the Champions League teams, huh?
I mean, no. To be fair,
Wow.
Liverpool's going on a bit of a project now. They're trying to change the way that you can you say you're changing your team a little bit because you're going a little bit away from that Gen press.
Slightly.
So it's a project.
Liverpool will be back this year.
Yeah. So my question to you, Del Estrada, is who's got the most exciting project? If you're a player.
In the Prem right now?
Yeah, like who would you want to join?
In the Prem right now, it has to be... Yeah, if you were looking at me. It has to be Arsenal.
I think so.
Just based on the style of football, the type of player that's at the club. And if you're a young player, you want to go to Arsenal.
Why do you want to go to Arsenal?
Because it's filled with young players. So you feel comfortable to fit in. So, and it's young players with experience as well. You got Rice, you got Havertz, you've got Zinchenko, you got Jesus, you got Saka, Martinelli.
How old is Zinchenko?
Isn't that 24 or 25? I don't know.
So what, do you go to Arsenal to be around youth, or
no? But you can see, for me, it seems like they're going places. And would I go to City? It depends what you want. Like with City, you know they're going to win stuff.
Yeah,
you know.
So are you going to win stuff at Arsenal? Because
you hope so, but you hope so, and you hope that. What you win, let's say, use the Rice example.
Yeah.
Him going to Man City wins a trophy, you're expected to.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
It's big,
but he'll appreciate, or the fans will definitely appreciate it more if he was able to take Arsenal over the line. So it depends what your mental is and what you want to get out of it. If it's you can be a Calvin Phillips.
Yeah.
I think there's more opportunity to take home a bigger piece of the pie at Arsenal. So if you go to Arsenal, Man City, like you said, you can be a Calvin Phillips. And let's say Calvin Phillips got 20 games in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Chances are Man City are still going to win the league, whether they had him or not. As I think somebody posted Kingsley Coman winning every league.
Yeah, I think that was Marley Moore.
The teams would have won the league whether they had Kingsley Coman or not. they would have won those leagues. So I think if you go to Arsenal now, you know that they need something extra to push them on there.
Right.
And if you come and you provide that extra, you're going to be more valued than.
Does that make you an attractive project to players that
yeah,
are
It
thinking
depends on
like,
what the player is and what their risk appetite is. If you want a challenge and you want to knock a team off of their perch and you want to be the person who says, this is what I did, then that's you're all over it. That. But if you just want, you know what, I'm Harry Kane. I've been at Tottenham for the last 30 years, and I've not got anything to show for it. I need something. You have to go to Man City, bro, just to do Van Persie and like say, you know what, I've done my time.
Okay,
my dues.
And the Newcastle one's too early. It's too early to be getting too excited for.
I don't know if it's I feel like I've genuinely got like an Arsenal hater chip that's been installed in my body. But so, I don't
was
know.
going to ask you, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't know if I've bought into them yet. And the reason I say I don't know if I'm bought into them yet is because last season was an anomaly. Like there were so many teams that were off it.
Yeah.
And Arsenal were absolutely flying, which isn't what people are used to. That's not typical Arsenal. So I need to see another season where they behave in the same manner.
Contextually, their run was fake as well.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to make it.
How can their run be fake?
Because remember,
you all play the same teams in the league.
No. Because remember, you got Man City at a time when you weren't supposed to get them. If you had got them and got,
It's funny, best they got them earlier.
hang on, because if they, you wouldn't have. If they had humbled,
we may have won.
I'm just saying, but if they had humbled you,
maybe we wouldn't have.
If they had humbled you when they were supposed to, that would have taken the steam out of you.
Do you know what's interesting?
That's exactly how they.
But you know what's interesting?
If our momentum had
crippled them, but like you just said, statistically, the numbers said that wasn't going to happen.
But what you're forgetting is that the time when Arsenal was supposed to play City they weren't performing how they're normally performing, and Arsenal performance were pretty high, and they had their starting 11.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
and then you played them when you had your weakened team. So
it's like Smokey and Debo. They be having mind control. That's how it goes, isn't it, bro? And some teams have their teams that they just can't do that thing in it. So personally, like it will be hard to argue against the fact that it was very fortunate that game got postponed for as long as it did.
I don't know that you can call it a fact that it's unfortunate.
I didn't say it's a fact. I didn't say a fact.
You just said fact just now.
Oh, my bad. I definitely didn't mean facts.
But just to query MJ's obviously the hater chip installed in him. Wouldn't you give some credit to Arsenal, just considering that obviously it's not just this season, because you called it an anomaly, but then obviously we've had I say we because obviously I support Arsenal. We've had 2 8 finishes, and then we went on to finish 5th from finishing 8th, and then from finishing 5th to finishing 2nd. Couldn't you call that a steady?
You've improved. You've definitely improved. I went to watch Arsenal. I didn't go to watch Arsenal. I went to Arsenal games and they just happened to be playing last season, and you genuinely you look better. Like the fans are buying into everything Arteta's doing. Like the atmosphere is.
They had a new song.
It's very, very impressive. So you've improved, but that's what I'm saying. I think it's a hater chip because I feel like I need to attribute something to it. Like, and I can only attribute the fact that other teams fell off to why Arsenal looked so good in the league, because they improved, but
they did play good football. They played very good football.
They played very good.
Just
football.
A quick question: when you say other teams fell off, so that argument and that logic,
Chelsea, Liverpool.
No, I know. So that same logic. So when Liverpool started to pick up, did an other team, did United fall off potentially? So I wanted to say everyone can't keep on saying, "Oh, Arsenal only done well because other teams fell off." But in seasons, teams fall off.
Yeah, no,
you know what I'm saying.
I'm not saying it's rational. I'm not even saying it makes sense. I'm just saying
you're a hater.
I'm a hater. This is how I feel. Like I need to see another season of Arsenal doing this. I don't want to see another season, but I need to see another season.
How do you compare? Sorry to cut you, but just while you're on your run, like I would like to also find out, how do you compare Arsenal's project, let's say, to the United project and other projects that's around?
Oh, Arsenal's project is good. I mean, Arteta's getting a lot of backing, and I feel like Edu and Arteta are working well together. Like they seem to be in proper synergy right now, and it's working. I think
there's been an improvement with Edu.
There has been an improvement. He's doing his thing. I feel like he's getting used to the role a little bit more as well. at Man United, I feel like there's still a little bit of work to do in terms. I say bit of work. There's a lot of work to do. I don't think there's synergy between the board and what the staff are actually doing. I think that there's still there's a gap there somewhere. And Arsenal are probably a little bit ahead of Man United in a minute, I'd say.
So if you were a player and you had to choose between the two,
Arsenal, Man United. Yeah. Oh, I'll go Arsenal.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go Arsenal.
I think holistically, Arsenal's in a good position.
Yeah, no, because I asked the question because I was having a conversation with some other football friends of mine, and it was like it was quite an interesting conversation, and there was actually some pushback actually where people argued that actually the United project is probably more attractive. Obviously City, Liverpool's project, and we're basically not really lending any value or credit to the statement that Arsenal is a project that could be attractive to players. And this is despite the fact that Arsenal's actually beaten the likes of Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, United, some big teams to players. So yeah, that just
to players. But I don't know if that's true.
To who? So use Man United as well. Who have you beaten us to?
Declan Rice?
I mean, when you connected to Rice at one point, Timber at one point. I think Timber was last season, but
we didn't have no peas.
No, with Timber, they pulled out of Timber.
Yeah, we pulled out last season. We pulled out Timber. Declan. Declan. Yeah, Declan Rice. We haven't got the peas. Like,
No,
I wouldn't agree with that point.
What are you saying? These players chose Arsenal
So like for instance, like Havertz was wanted as much as you know how I feel about Havertz, but he was sought after by Munich and Real Madrid.
I think what MJ said, Marley said these they were priced out.
Yeah, I think so.
They were priced out of these deals, to be fair.
Especially Man United ain't sold any players, which is just
Real
poor at the
Madrid were
moment.
priced out of Havertz.
But then part of being an attractive project is what you can pay a player, and this is what one United fan was saying, that he still considers United to be a more attractive project and proposal to other players, because sometimes United will just pay ridiculous money, and that makes them more attractive than, let's say, a project that's further ahead, like an Arsenal.
But let's say, like, for example, Liverpool were notoriously not the best payers, but there was a point where Liverpool was a more attractive package than all of these things. So I don't think it's about the money, to be fair.
Okay.
Or the salary that's on offer.
I think ETH has said he wanted to put some kind of
Cap.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say it was a cap, but some kind of stability in the way we gave out the wages for new players.
What's Mason Mount on?
200, I think this is similar to what Chelsea offer him, like 200 something.
Yeah.
So
he'd be one of our top earners, though.
I agree with that. 10 is definitely. You can see there's a change in how we're approaching, even to the transfers. I feel like we're trying not to get bumped as much as we used to, and we're being a bit frugal with our money. People are saying we haven't got any money at all to spend at the minute. It's looking like that might be the case, but also I think it's just our strategy in terms of how we approach and how we close deals.
More willing to walk away.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah, because you do have to kind of reposition yourselves in the market, because it weren't sustainable to be paying over the odds just because you're Manchester United.
I think that's the main reason why they let go of David De Gea as well.
Yeah, and that's the thing with David De Gea. People are saying that. Even me, I was saying it's a bit out of order how they let him go. But Man United were paying like 350.
Yeah, we it was a lot of money.
He's been creaming off it. Manchester United. So
obviously, it's just the way we dealt with it. We could have handled it better.
Yeah,
definitely.
He was due a testimonial, right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think even Bruno was saying he put it along those lines, like you at least deserved like a send off.
Yeah,
not to go out like that.
Remember Casillas for Real Madrid? They done the same thing to him.
He went Porto, innit?
Yeah, it gets like that, man.
So, but I think at the end of the day, we need to kind of stick by Ten Hag, because I think even when 10 came in, he said the same thing about Ronaldo. Then a little bit down the line, he got rid of him. He's not afraid to call them big shots, and I feel like and I feel like we need that.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing, and I think Arsenal are probably in a better position than us project wise. I think you're a bit further along than us in that project. So I think in a way you're almost due the results now. because you're slowly putting in, I think, the final touches to the jigsaw.
Yeah.
Whereas I think we still have a few more steps to go.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting.
Fair to be fair. I'm not saying the class support Arsenal, but I did think this, and with that we're a bit further along, so I can see why people might say it's a more attractive project. But I just wanted to know what people thought. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, the reason. Let me just quantify why I said you're a more attractive project is just it's purely because of the leadership.
Right.
The Glazers. I mean, people have been speaking about the Glazers for months now. I'm not even going to.
Not because Arteta and what.
I think. No, I mean you're playing well, playing well on the pitch, but Man United are also playing well on the pitch. I think structurally, like in terms of like the leadership from the Glazers to John Murtaugh to even down to the coaches.
Yeah.
Like I think there's a lot of work that needs to be done in Manchester United, and I think that's why people are so hopeful that the Qatar, is it? Yeah. Okay, so I keep on saying Saudi. Hoping that the Qataris come in, just because, like I think with them as owners, because they treat their toys as they want to have the best possible toys ever. Like they're going to go above and beyond to ensure that the club is mixing it with the best clubs in the world. And I think with the Glazers at the minute, they operate like Man United is their absolute cash cow, and they just want to milk it for all it's got.
Yeah, more take rather than investing back in.
I don't think they're leaving, you know.
That's what people keep saying.
Yeah, and I think that's probably what the hold-up's been.
Well, the stock price has doubled as well, since it will go back down, but now that it's doubled, that just means they can take out more cash.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Joey, like I haven't had an opportunity to ask you, obviously, week to week update. Liverpool, what's going on over at Liverpool? What's happening?
Back in pre-season training. Obviously, I don't know if you guys heard, but Trent cut his holiday short to get back to training.
No, I didn't know that. No.
Yeah, cut it short to come back to training.
I see Hendo's good beast in it at the moment, like
doing boxing summer camp.
Yeah, like he's looking ripped, everything.
Fabrizio saying that talks with Saudi are advancing, so who knows, bro, man. Yeah, but I'm worried about our defense.
Okay,
I'm worried about our defensive structure. I don't know what's happening if we maybe don't have the good defensive coaches that we used to when De Bruyne left maybe about 2 seasons ago. So obviously, like I said, we've spoken about Soboslai, we've spoken about McAllister. I think the Thuram deal's falling through, Kone deal's falling through. I think the Lavia deal's going to fall through as well.
Because you, how many more players would you like to see come through the door for you to be to be confident that you will push City? Because we know City is going to be in the conversation. It's almost like who else is going to like push them? Is it going to be United? Is it going to be Liverpool? Is it going to be Arsenal? Could Chelsea be?
It's funny you say that about City though, but what I will say is that playing the amount of games that they've played this season, like I said, the same thing happened to Liverpool. Right, we burnt out.
Right, okay.
So I think City will suffer some kind of burnout next season.
Yeah, I thought that, and I did think that, but then at the same time, I'm looking at it and I'm just like, I feel like I don't feel like their burnout will push them out of the top 4, for instance.
No. But again, because they've got so many resources in terms of players. They've brought Kovacic in to replace Gondo. Like, I'm sure they brought in other players, but
they're always recycling and replenishing.
But I still think there will be some kind of resemblance to what has happened to Liverpool. Obviously, it's not to the same extent. But another thing is that I think Liverpool players are going to be fresh.
Yeah.
From the shit season they've had, because usually when they have a shit season, they follow up with a very good season.
Yeah.
So I do think we need another centre back, one that can push VVD, because he's due a good season, but he's still suffering from the ACL.
Yeah.
So I don't know what VVD we're going to get.
Yeah.
Again, sometimes when you watch these pre-season training videos, like you'll see Joe Gomez and Joel Matip. So, and you forget that Joel Matip is actually a good centre back as well.
Matip is very, very cold.
So again, there's a point where Konate displaced him, but in terms of like leadership and seniority in the team, Konate shouldn't be replacing him.
Yeah.
So if we can get that Matip that is displacing Konate and having that competition for places in defence, I think we can come right back into it, man. So
you'd like to see maybe a defender come
I like
through
to see all the dead weight go. So that centre back has gone on loan to Scotland or something. I can't remember his name, but Nat Phillips needs to go.
Yeah,
like just to. He hasn't got a future at the club, innit? Let's be honest. He's not of the level. It's nice that he's there, but if James Milner's leaving, bro, there's no way this guy should be here.
Yeah,
so I think we need somebody else to come in who's going to push everybody. Somebody who's like technical and physical as well, with a bit of pace. Gets that guy into the club, and I'll be happy with that, man. I think even if we don't get another centre mid, I'll be happy with that window.
Yeah, so your window, you're good with it, the window. You're good with the windows thus far.
Yeah, and another thing, Darwin Núñez, I think his English is improving.
Yeah.
You forget that guy couldn't speak a lick of English when he came to the club as well.
I'm expecting a better season from him as well.
I'm backing him this season.
Look,
I promise you, he's gonna score goals.
Did you watch the Liverpool one?
Yes,
yeah. So like, he was really trying out his English with Jurgen Klopp.
Yeah.
So,
He's gonna. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna say 15 goals. 15 Premier League goals.
You got 15 goals last season, so
you got 15 Premier League goals.
No. All comps.
Yeah, 15 Premier League.
So and again, like seeing everybody who hasn't been on a international break and seeing them ready to play, seeing Luis Diaz ready to play. Some of the guys have already gone out on loan. Fabio Carvalho is not confirmed to Leipzig, but we know that he's going out. So yeah, man, I'm gassed to see all of that. I'm gassed to see all of that shit, man. And like when you watch these videos, like, I've literally watched every Premier League's first day at pre-season.
Okay.
But I still ain't watched the Arsenal one, but I've watched. No, I have actually. I've watched Arsenal.
I watched Arsenal's one.
So I'm just gassed to see football coming back into the gears, and you get that feeling of like who's gonna do bits and everything, man. So
there's gonna be no mad interruption as well. Like the World Cup was I
enjoyed that, man, but still, yeah.
It took its toll, I think.
It did 100%.
Yeah, 100%. And everyone else except for Arsenal.
No, it did on
Sorry,
did you guys miss me?
All right. So obviously, to be fair, you waded in, and I was going to ask you how you would compare your project to other projects.
No, I think our projects are so. I don't know if you guys probably thought I was chatting shit when I was saying this last season. I was saying that I wanted when Mane was being touted to leave.
Yeah,
I also wanted Salah to go as well, man, because I felt like there's too much of a heavy reliance on. Felt like Jurgen Klopp was cheating. I felt like not only him, but I felt that the board was saying, you know what, we're getting goals. We were in every fucking competition last season. Why are we going to spend more money on other players? And we used those guys as a crutch.
So you wanted Salah and Mane to leave, but obviously to push them to go out.
Yeah, to push FSG and Klopp to go out and get these players in and like rebuild, because now we're a season behind.
Right,
we're suffering from it because not because.
But you blame the forward players for that.
No, I don't blame the forward. I just blame Klopp's complacency.
Oh, like for using them as a crutch.
Yeah, because we saw what happened when Salah wasn't scoring goals. We were stinking, bro.
Yeah,
and as soon as Salah started scoring goals, then again we've just literally we're Salah FC right now.
Okay.
And the worst place you want to be is having one talisman that you rely on to bring you out. Luckily, Gakpo was great.
Yeah,
for the 6 months.
I forgot about Gakpo.
Exactly. So and
good.
Another thing as well, that the problem is with Núñez, but I don't know if he's going to get game time, bro, because as good as he is, bro, Gakpo is filling in for what Firmino was very well.
Yeah,
this guy can drive with the ball. He keeps the ball well, aggressive. It's hard to get Núñez on the pitch. And if you got Jota, you got Luis Diaz, I can't see a place for him. So
he'll get his opportunity, though. But I hear you.
But So, that's what I was saying, innit? Like, I just want to see us reset and get to work. I'm happy with the transfers, but I still think we need a bit more.
Yeah.
And I think, I think we are a good project right now, but I think it's a scary project. Right now, if I was going to put money on a project that I would, if I was going to choose a project, I think I'd choose Arsenal project over Liverpool.
Okay.
Just because there's less character there, man. So there'll be more for me to come in and make my stamp.
I'll go Liverpool.
Would you?
Yeah, I'd go Liverpool. 100%. Under Klopp? Yeah.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying like.
Where do I play? Am I an attacker?
No, I'm saying so. If I go into Arsenal, I think it will be easier for me to get into Arsenal and have.
So if you're Lavia right now and you're weighing up your options, Liverpool and Arsenal, you're saying you're going Liverpool.
I'll go.
If
I'll go
I'm
Arsenal.
Lavia,
You're going Arsenal.
I fancy my chances more at Arsenal than I would at Liverpool. Not to win, just to have more of an impact and more of a.
Because you'd still get that adoration from fans and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Liverpool
but
or whatnot.
you get the adoration.
Yeah,
but I feel like because Liverpool play with such a system,
right.
if I go there, I'm a slave to what Klopp wants. I think if I go to Arteta, I think because they're in such an early stage, I can show him what I can do and have a bit more influence on how I play and what I do.
On the whole progression of the football.
Exactly,
style,
but
right?
at Liverpool, I don't think I get any say. It's just the same.
I
as
think
Pep.
you would now because you're refreshing the whole midfield. Keita's gone. Who else has gone? You've got quite
Keita's gone, Milner's gone,
Ox has gone.
Ox has gone. But
you've got more of a chance in
but
Liverpool.
these guys coming in, they're coming in to play Klopp's system, 100%.
But who have they got now? McAllister, Fabinho.
Soboslai, Fabinho, Bajcetic,
What about Bajcetic? Okay.
Hendo,
Hendo's probably
Thiago.
Yeah.
So like these are all experienced winners. Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott. These are all.
Isn't Curtis Jones like a wide forward, don't know?
No, he's a
Midfielder?
central. Yeah.
Is he? Okay.
So like these are all experienced players like who have won stuff in it. Whereas at Arsenal, I feel like I can come in and I can say, obviously I ain't won nothing, but this is what I can do, and I think I'll get more game time.
And Arsenal's got Declan Rice, Partey,
Odegaard, Jorginho, Havertz now.
I'm going Liverpool. You know. Yeah, I'm going Liverpool.
Not. Are you going there because you think they've got a better team, or are you going there because you think you can offer more? Which one do you think you can offer more?
I think I'm going to offer more at Liverpool, and I think I'm going to get more game time at Liverpool as well for some reason.
If you're Romeo Lavia,
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Well, it depends because I think the Lavia deal hinges on what happens with Partey.
Yes,
That's true.
Yeah.
do you think you lot will splash 50 mil on him?
No, but I think Southampton's chest will reduce eventually. I think. I don't.
Why?
Just
Because they need to come back up,
they do.
and I think I think they've got all the powers with them because they need to come back up. If you want to take one other only hopes of coming back up, you got to pay the P for him. This is one of the only negotiations that I think that the offering price is crazy, but it's hard to get around.
Right,
him
yeah.
and Harry Kane.
Yeah, I don't know that he is. I feel that they can still come back up without him.
Yeah, probably, but it won't be easy, I don't think.
Yeah, that's why I just think that if he doesn't want to play for their club, like it'd probably be better off just getting a 40 mil for him or something. You know what I mean? But I mean, that's just, I don't know. That could be wishful thinking, but I don't even know if we're still in for him. Or
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see where he goes.
Yeah.
I think he's going to stay at Southampton, man.
And also, before I forget, thoughts with Edwin van der Sar, who's in hospital at the moment.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely. Yeah.
What happened?
It was like a brain.
Yeah, bleed on the brain. You know what Ferguson had?
Was it an injury or was it?
Just out the blue.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family. Does anyone want to bring anything up before we wrap it up for the day?
Yeah, hold tight, Jamaica.
Oh, what your forwards, isn't it?
Jamaican national team are doing things now. Still,
Mikel Antonio.
Mikel Antonio.
Is Rafael Morrison still in the squad?
No, he got dropped. Damari Gray.
Damari Gray bang. He banged the other day. Still.
Yeah, no, their team's all right. Still, they're doing their thing. I think they're in the semi-finals of the CONCACAF.
Is it?
Yeah.
Decent.
They're doing it. They drew against USA. They cooked my land, St. Kitts and Nevis. Cooked them.
Wait, hang on. This isn't Gold Cup.
Yeah, is it CONCACAF Gold Cup, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So yeah, they're doing their thing, man. They're doing their thing.
And USA are not a bad team.
They're not.
What was the score?
Against USA, it was a draw, 1-1.
Okay.
Did Balogun score? Did he play?
No, but he has been scoring though. Yeah, he has been scoring. I think he scored a couple the other day. Or was it? No, he scored one. He's I think it was on his debut or in his second game. But anyways, he's doing more there. Anyway, I implore more players to forget England, man.
Shit, man. So what, these countries are more than just holiday venues.
This is what I'm saying. They're doing their thing, bro. If everyone just says
more than just rum and spice.
Yeah, bro. If everyone just says for Gallat, I'm going to my homeland, bro. These teams will get.
It's true, you know.
They'll get lit, bro.
No.
I was happy when I saw Damari Gray bang that goal, bro.
He's been playing well.
Why are you waiting for?
Been playing well,
England, bro. That's dead, man.
Been playing well.
Well, all right, cool, man. I think that's that wraps it up for the week. We'll see you next week. Marley Mar, hopefully we see you again, man. We've missed you. The fans have missed you. Dre, man, Joey, De La Strada, it's been real. Strides, I've been your host. We're out.